All right, it is 4:30 on the dot, so we'll go ahead and get rolling with the work session. I'd like to say thank you for everyone for being here. Also like to introduce our new East End Commissioner that was sworn in on Tuesday, Mr. Josh Taylor, filling the unexpired term of Miss Denny. So he was elected, sworn in Tuesday, and most of the time commissioners have a few months to prepare and get ready before they take office, but because it was an unexpired term, he had 48 hours. And he's here. Welcome.
Thanks. I hope I don't screw anything up.
So in today's, one of the things when we go through the work session that we've been doing is trying to highlight one department to be able to give a more detailed update as to what's going on within their department, and then we'll follow it up with other department heads that have updates as well. To go through, today is going to be our recycling center. Mr. Woodard is going to come up and do a presentation as to what's going on in the recycling center, and then we'll go through work sessions way less formal than the voting meeting during the regular meeting. So when we get to the voting meeting, there's more formality to it. But if you have a question, this kind of meeting, you jump right in and ask a question and go. But I'm gonna turn the floor over to Kenny and let you come on up, and if I can figure out how to get this turned back on. Thank you. Should be good.
Those of y'all don't know me, I'm Kenny Woodard, the waste director, recycle director, whatever you want to call me. I got so many names. In this little presentation I got, I'm going to do from beginning to present time right now. I'm going to show what it was like when we first got here with me to start it up. I'm going to show the things we've changed, make it a little bit better, and then some of the processes we go through. And I'm going to cover, why we're recycling, what we are recycling, and then where we're heading with this right here.
All right, hang on. It's changing on the laptop screen, but not everybody else's screen. So let me click it one more way. See if it does it now.
There we go. Now, East Side Recycling, which is over on Cove Road, was actually started over the 24th, 2003. When the place opened up, they started taking recyclables, and trash then, back in 2003, was $1 a bag. Now, here it is, 2022, and we're still charging $1 a bag, so nothing's really changed. So we're taking care of what we need to take care of. And if y'all notice, the commissioner standing there, he asked me earlier, you know who that is?
It's been a rough 20 years.
Now, I know the sheriff department's glad I'm gone. Every morning that we come in for an opening at Camp Road, my first day, Johnny and Rob told me I need to report to Camp Road Recycling. My first day there, I was standing in the parking lot, I said, oh my God. We had cars backed up in the sheriff's department, just about at the four-way stop, in the state patrol barracks, all the way up to the gas pumps at Public Works. So I knew we already had a problem. And then we opened the doors. This right here is a normal, confused, and packed day every single day there. So I was tasked with a project to come up with something better to eliminate this right here, this confusion and everything else. So we actually, you can see here in photographs, different cars parked in everywhere, nowhere to back, nowhere to go. This was every single day there. So the 4 or 5 guys that been working had a headache every day. Okay, at the Camp Road, we was doing single stream recycling. When I come in, I done a background check from a back checkup on 2019. The county has spent $67,000 in recycling just to have single stream recycling. Well, there had to be something better because we was paying for this stuff to be shipped to Atlanta. They was actually sorting it and selling it, making a profit. Now, from my past experience from where I come from out of Rome Ford Recycling, I actually was involved almost 100% in the design and build of the center there. And so I decided to take what I learned from my past experience and apply it here to make this a better one for this county here. Now, with a single stream, a lot of people liked it, but around 40% of it was being recycled. The rest was actually going to the landfill. So every time you see people recycle at Camp Road, that stuff is actually going to the trash. So we got to do something to make it better. Where I come from, we had curbside service. They picked up recycling. They took it to the center, they dumped it on the floor. So this is what we look like every day at my life center. So that's a headache every day to look at. We didn't want that here. You see right here, this is a design I built for the line. It actually is a dual sort line to sort out recyclable materials. It's set up to make it where you can have 20 inmates on both lines, 40 total to run it. I already knew y'all didn't have me 40 inmates to set up something like this to run here. And then the cost of having to take two of my employees and make them officers or hire officers to run this here was just not suitable. And then if you look right here, there's one side of the line with just 20 inmates running. If you look at the pictures where the product's been dropping, the product's not 100% clean right there. It's probably about 70% clean because inmates ain't gonna make it perfect. It's gonna do what they gotta do. So, first off, we started east side recycling. We designed signs. We redone the recycling, took the single stream away. We placed it in containers to start separating and sorting our own recyclables. This year actually paid off in the long run. You can see we take number one plastics, aluminum and glass, household trash. And then now we move to where our new center is. It was self-recycling. County bought the building out. March of 12, actually in December before I got here. March of 2020 is when I started. This became our new project. Pickens County Recycling. The building was just an empty container, concrete pad, wide open space. So we had everything we could do with it. Our minds were just blown. So me, Johnny, and Rob, and a few others sat around and we talked about how we need to set this up. So my last experience, I decided to do a drive-through recycle center. So we started measuring and building walls. We got walls put up, put concrete in them. Truck showed up. Equipment showed up. And there's our walls. There's 7 bays there. We're set up designed to take all recycling that we can get rid of. If you look right here, you see this, the bays right there are full of plastic bottles, cardboard, aluminum cans. The reason we went ahead and started east side with a single stream gallon and started collecting is this a backfill to fill these up right now. There's no equipment that's filling this right here off. You can see right here where we've got the gates put up. And then the lines put down, staging. This area right here, I've not seen this empty like this in a year and a half. And I'll show you why in a minute. Just more pictures showing the bays. 4th of July, equipment started showing up. County spent $397,000 for this equipment here. It's a high price hay baler, but it will bail everything we do, all the recycling. We started installing everything, had to line it up and put everything in the right correct area. Took the big equipment to set this machine up. And then you see back in the background there, we've got a white paper being shredded, more new equipment. And then October 29th, we had our open house and we opened up the next day. You can see the different products right here. Right now I'm having to store different products, but it takes a lot of product to get one truckload up. The back area back there behind the facility is a drop-off area for furniture and mattresses. That's a big deal of people. More people bring furniture and mattresses than anything. We can actually load and pack pretty deep compactor excavator. So this right here, if you see her smiling, the bucket on top will pick up about 3.5 foot wide. They was making 20 trips per bay to empty it out. This new bucket here is called a turkey scooper. They're using chicken houses. It fits my machine. It cut down to 8 scoops instead of 21. Saves us on diesel, wear and tear on machinery. So now we can move forward a lot quicker. My guys come up with an idea to find something better. I always go with my guys' ideas. We searched it out, we found this right here. This bale right here is a 1,200-pound bale of milk jugs. That right there is gold. I have people call me all the time wanting this product right here because we're actually using this to make wood, decking, the air deck furniture that Walmart sells that's solid white and green. They want the clean, pure colors. And when we first started up, this stuff was going $1.08 a pound. So at 1,200 pounds, that's a lot of money right there. But with the economy being up and down, with diesel being up and down in oil, it's dropped down to about 45 cents a pound. Cardboard is our biggest seller, or not really our biggest seller, but our biggest recycler. We have more cardboard coming in every month. I believe we've averaged 2 loads a month at 80,000 pounds a month of cardboard coming through the center. So 80,000 pounds when the landfill fill it real quick. Here's a bale that's been produced off the baler cardboard. All the bales weigh around 1,200 to 1,300 pounds. And you can see right there, they're always coming out, cardboard always coming out. Now we got a shredding machine. We do a free shredding service for anybody in the county, outside the county, anywhere. Just call, make an appointment, ask it's clean, it's a free service. And you can see there, we actually shred and shred and shred every day. That's all I've done today. We've had actually 5 trucks come to a shred today. We've probably done 2 bales. That's the first time we've ever done that much. So far this year, we've done 60,000 pounds since we've been open and shredding. There's a stack of shredded papers. Right there, the first truckload we sent out. Took a while, it took about 8 months to get a load. We've shipped out 5 loads of plastic bottles for a total of 175,000 pounds. That's a lot of water bottles. This is aluminum can wall. I have more people come in and want to have a picture made with their family in front of our aluminum cans because they think it looks like artwork. I mean, just some people's junk, people think it's amazing. So like I said, we average 2 loads of OCC, which is cardboard, and 1 load of paper a month. This year so far, we have shipped out 478,532 pounds of recyclable goods. Metal, we've shipped out 203,000 pounds for a total of 681,845 pounds so far this year. And we've only been running for 5 months this year. Last year we done 1.3, so we're almost halfway. So we're doing about the same each year. You can see here the bales are stacked up, how we keep them nice and clean looking. Our product is sought out by a lot of people because ours is the cleanest. This picture here, right here, was all Pickens beautiful, supplied us with the color banners. It helped coordinate the base with the people that understand better what we're doing. It's got pictures on them. They can actually, when you tell somebody take it to the orange or the green, they understand a lot better. Now, when we was actually at Camp Road doing a single stream, like I said, about 40% of the recyclables going in the container was being recycled. The other 60% was going to landfill. Now that we've got these bags here, we actually have those 40 in front of us, we're averaging about 95% of everything in there is being recycled. The other 5% is stuff that people have thrown at us wrong that we've had to remove out. And the biggest question is, why do we recycle these? Right now, about every county in the state of Georgia is doing the same thing we are. We're doing cardboard, paper, number 1s, number 2s, clear natural, aluminum cans, and steel, because that's what the vendors in the state of Georgia want. The other products, B through 7s, if we had to recycle those, it would cost the county 5 cents a pound to have it removed and transferred somewhere else. Nobody wants it. But there's a new company that's come in, they're wanting to do it. They're in the process of building it. So as soon as they get that built, I'll hook up with them and we'll start taking the other recyclables. Then we'll be able to do everything. Here's a bay right here, the number 1 milk jugs or number 2 milk jugs, clear. Cardboard, like I said, it comes in all day long. More people are staying at home and doing homework or working from home, so we're getting everything delivered in cardboard. So everybody can tell us what that's good. Water bottles, it's under the road how many water bottles come in. And then right now, you know, I told you earlier I had 20 inmates that run 1 line sorting material. Right now, it takes 1 person to do the same thing that those 20 does. He actually educates the customers to come in. He watches them and helps them make sure they put the things in the right place. So 1 person is going to work as 20. That's the reason I didn't want to go back like I was before. We just changed it to something different. Mixed paper and junk mail. A lot of people don't realize it, but you can bring any kind of junk mail, any kind of paper. We accept it. Folders, whatever. Household bag, we just ask it to be in trash bags. And like I said, it's still $1 a bag. We have electronics drop-off area. If you have electronics, computers, telephones, cell phones, anything, it's a free drop-off service. Have a company in Atlanta comes and picks it up. They give you a certification of being destroyed or recycled. So if you have old laptops you're worried about, they would actually restore them and everything else for you. If you look at the back of the center here, I've actually got 2 full-size containers, or 40-yard containers for trash and open top. After we opened up the first 3 months, the actual open top had to be removed. Excuse me. and another container brought in because at Camp Road, we was averaging about 6,000 pounds per container. As soon as we opened the new center, we started hitting 10,000 pounds, 12,000 pounds a week. So we had to put in a third one in to be able to keep up with the flow. Now, if you look at this area, I've got enough room, so when the county keeps continue growing, we can actually put more containers in here to be able to handle the flow of trash. So we're not gonna be hurting here. We're actually gonna be able to maintain and keep up with the county. Glass crusher. This is a project I took on that I'm biting my foot every day about. It's a good machine, but I didn't do my research. I should have got the next one up to be able to keep up with the flow, because at the time the flow wasn't big, but now it's just overwhelming us. Now with the glass crusher, I can take glass bottles, beer bottles, wine bottles, and crush them up and turn them into sand. And I can turn them into 1/4 inch size pieces of glass. Right now, this is what the glass looks like when it's crushed up. People ask what you're gonna do with it. I have a lot of people come in and want it for artwork and things like that. My biggest goal right now is landscaping. Instead of using mulch, this here's our crushed glass from beer cans and beer bottles and everything else crushed up and put our landscaping in front of our facility. When it's hot, the glass gets hot, snakes won't crawl on it, termites don't like it. It's a good deterrent for a lot of things. And it's actually pretty cheap. Got a weight scale to weigh our trucks in and out. They're actually state certified, so everything that we put on trucks are actually legal. They're not overloaded, so we're not worried about nobody come back on us for that. Now this right here is a normal day at the center on opening morning. We got people outside waiting every day. But if you notice, the cars are not in the road. And as soon as we get them flowing through, the flow stays low. So we can get on that, we don't have no more back in traffic. I have a lot of companies in this county that are actually bringing and using our facility to bring the cardboard. Right here's 1-800 pack out. They come to me about once a week and drop off their cardboard. The woman hugged my neck and said it's saving her some money from having to buy a can to put it in. So this is a free service for them. So it's not just residents, it's actually commercial too. And then Pickens Beautiful Adopted Road, we are partnered with them. We help fund them a lot with things. We actually are involved in a lot of things with them. And when people do Adopted Road, they bring their trash to me. They show me their card that they're Adopted Road and the trash is dropped off free, which in return is actually helping the sheriff's office, so they don't have to do a lot of trash pickup. Tours, I have a lot of kids. This little kid right here is actually Bob. He's the vice president for the Keep Pickens Beautiful. His grandson traveled 3 states to come here. And he actually dressed up in his waste management truck outfit because he wants to be a recycler. He wants to work a recycler when he gets older. Took me about 20 minutes to get him off this. He loved it. He wanted to take it home with him. Now we do tours for kids. We do tours for home study. We do, actually, we had homeschoolers come in about 2 months ago. About 40 kids showed up on a Monday when we was closed, and they had a ball. They thought it was the coolest thing in the world just to come to recycle center. So we're actually educating the younger kids too. And I have happy employees because everybody knows about Camp Road. They stood in the rain. They stood in the cold. Here they're not getting wet when it's raining, so they're all happy. In 2020, the place was in honor of Commissioner Charles Bill Clinton, who established recycling for Pickens County. At the time, the chair commissioner was Robert Jones, District 1 was Jerry Barnes, District 2 was Becky Denny. This is our team here. This is what runs recycle for us. If you see these guys out, pat them on the back, tell them they do a good job because they do. You know, even when a lot of y'all are in your offices and things like that, they're out in the cold, they're out in, you know, it's hot. Like right now it's real hot. They're always at work, they're happy, they work. They greet everybody with a smile on their face and they help everybody out that needs help. Got a new project we're working on. I've been working with Chris on this here. We've actually looked out for some land. We're wanting to actually expand our facility out towards the Hinton area. I don't know if I'm supposed to let this out of the bag, but I know we've been sitting down, we've met with different people, different land. We're just trying to find a spot. So we can do something like we have on the east side, bring it over to the west side, that way we'll be equal and the same. That's my new project, and that's my next goal for recycling. Anybody got any questions?
We're getting there.
But I have a question. When you say vendors that are buying the stuff, what kind of revenue does that generate?
You mean revenue? Just to spit it out there, if a load of cardboard goes out, The people in the county bring it to me for free. We bail it up, we sell it. It averages between $135 to $225 a ton, depends on the market. It could bring in $2,000 a truckload to $35 a truckload. Water bottles can go anywhere from $3,000 a load to $16,000, depends on the market. Prices go up and down. That's like earlier I was talking about the white milk jugs. If we had enough to do a truckload, we could have got $1.08 a pound on it, but we was way short, and they had to have a minimum. When we reached the minimum, the prices has dropped down. We sold it for 45 cents. And I was looking to hold it, but it was kept going down lower and lower, so it's one of those as a gamble. It's like playing the stock market. And then we get so much cardboard paper in it, really we just keep it going because we don't want to store it up and build a fire hazard. But everything's got like stock market. Everything's got a price. It just depends on who wants it bad enough and how bad it's needed. But right now, plastic bottles and aluminum cans are in big demand.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I know we got department head updates. I know Paula's got one to go over. And then I'll make sure if anybody else has something that they want to address, they can. And I know Paula really didn't want to, but she handed it to me right beforehand, so I'm gonna let her be the one to tell you the news from it.
I don't have a problem. I'm happy about it. Back last year when we done our insurance, we were looking at the open enrollment options. We was presented with a new prescription drug plan, and they expected to save us about $500,000 for the year. Well, I just got the reports, and through May, the year-to-date savings is already at 71%. And if that trend keeps up throughout the end of the year, it could double what was expected.
Instead of saving
I'm
the
very excited
$500,000,
about
I'll
that.
save $1 million if it holds steady.
I know they saved me $1,500 so far this year on this one.
So it's saving the employees and the county.
Yeah. So, that's awesome. All right, Mr. Jones, hiding back in the back. Since I know you've had a crazy week, I will call on you directly, so.
So the weather has kept us from finishing up our baseball and softball seasons. Hopefully we'll be done today and tomorrow, and then Monday of next week with all those. Transitioning out of ball, pool's open. Had a little issue yesterday. We had to close it to the public, but we had to open yesterday evening for the pool party, so everything's working fine with it. We'll start working on some projects around the park. One of the big ones is we're fixing to add a new piece to the playground. Taking out the old piece that doesn't really match anything, and we're going to replace it. We're going to take out the fencing that has been vandalized to put something more permanent there, so that'll be coming out next week as well. So that's going to be one of the bigger projects that we're going to be doing. And then still working with North Cobb Electric to get all that stuff squared away. Hopefully we'll start getting order materials and stuff for the lighting. That's going on at the park. Hopefully they'll start getting some stuff shipped to us sometime this summer and start working on that once ball season's now over with. But Boys and Girls Club will start their summer camp program next week, and we'll start facilitating their program by offering them the pool, which they'll be using 3 to 4 days a week. And anytime they need gym space or classroom space, they're afforded that per our contract. So that'll be a big change for us as well. So while we're not having summer camp, we are still staying busy. Of course, we're mowing grass literally every single day. But with all that, we are staying busy. So.
I think letting people know that are talking about the walking path, as far as the reason we didn't do the walking path before the lighting.
Yeah, so when we originally brought the plans on what we were wanting to do at the park, the first one, of course, was the lighting. And the issue with the walking track, and we know it needs to be improved, we hear it all the time, but until we can get the infrastructure for the lighting system underground, we don't want to go in there and put a brand new thing of asphalt on top of it just to dig it up and do it all over again later on in the year. So once we can get the lighting in, the walking track is the next thing that's going to be on the list. So,
I just thought that way you could say it.
yeah.
For everybody to hear.
Yeah, we've had a lot of
That is
complaints
what
about the
a lot of
walking
people
track, and we
call it.
understand, but until we can, because we're gonna have to take out all the lights on field 2 and field 3, and then all the walking track, we're gonna get it milled up and then resurfaced, and it's gonna be much better. So,
Anybody else have anything? Jump in?
I have a quick, just more of an announcement. June 18th, we're gonna be doing like a free microchip before the 4th of July, for all Pickens County residents on their animals, but it will be, first come, first serve, and I think we have about 100 that we can do. And then 4th of July is like the next day is the busiest day for us because all the fireworks and the missing animals. So we wanna make sure that everybody has the option to get them microchipped.
Very good.
I had talked to our contractors on our upcoming projects, and of course, everybody's running behind, but I've got new tentative dates. Striping on Hill City should be taking place around June 15th. Our bridge on Fairview, he said they had some paperwork snafu for the state. They're hoping to get those worked through, and they're hoping to start work on it around June 15th. Cove Road has been pushed to the end of June, and Grandview is looking around the 1st of September. They said that once they start on Cove and Grandview, each one of those projects should take about 2 weeks. And in the meantime, next week, we're probably going to go back out and redo the potholes and try to get where those will hold out till they can start. That's what I've got going on.
Still on the materials for the, is it still materials causing a delay for Grandview getting the concrete?
Yeah, I think that's what's driving the delay on Grandview. I think the others just scheduling. Everybody's took on more than they can get to right now.
Okay. Do you have any questions for anyone here? No. I'd like to take in on the first name. All right, well, I appreciate everyone for coming in. Anybody else have any general discussion items that you want to throw out? If not, we will adjourn from the work session and we will kick off our regular voting meeting at 5:30. Thank you.